VCT Playoffs wrapped up worldwide this past weekend, and although there's a lot of familiar faces coming back from Masters 2, there are some new representatives that we can be excited for. XSET finally broke their 4th place curse, Loud, DRX, and PRX continue to dominate their respective regions, and nobody in EMEA managed to stop Fnatic. But there were a few upsets over the weekend, and a bit of controversy too, so let's get into it all now. Well, XSET finally did it. After a year and a half of 4th place finishes and nearly a 2-hour-long tech delay in their lower bracket match against FaZe, they finally managed to qualify for their first international LAN.
Dicey versus BCJ. Both of these players have been monsters in this series. The responsibility, the mantle of it's never been higher. Taking it the side angle, and he's broken his ankles. BCJ with a teleport off to the side. XSET with that. They have secured their position. They will be representing North America.
But XSET didn't just stop there. They managed to get revenge on Optic on Sunday to become the NA champions and secure themselves first seed going into Copenhagen, as well as a group stage bye. A lot of people have expressed concern that maybe a team like XSET, who have no international LAN experience, could have benefited from starting the event in the group stage, but honestly, I think they'll be fine. We all know that the Guard didn't exactly have the best showing in Iceland, but XSET actually has a lot more experience than them on LAN. Between Aaron and Def, they have years of international experience from their Crossfire and CSGO days. With this win, XSET have also secured their spot at Champions at the end of the year, so they have a lot to be excited for. I'm happy for them. This has been a long time coming, and XSET absolutely deserve this. I'm pumped to see Cryo and Zekin on LAN too, because as expected, they popped off in playoffs. As for Optic, they continue to be the most consistent NA team. They've continued their trend of finishing in 2nd place domestically, and once FNS and Crashies recover from COVID, I fully expect them to clean up some of their game in time for Copenhagen. Next, let's move on to EMEA with Fnatic. They only dropped a single map on their way to the #1 seed, and they even 3-0'd FPX in the final, but it really came down to the wire.
How much more can you do, Zipan? Trying to dodge it, but the diffuse is coming in. You gotta deny it. You gotta stop it. Booster.
No way. No way.
It's how Fnatic close out the map, close out the season, and become the VCT EMEA champions right here.
What a close. What a close to this series. Again, like I said, that almost does justice for both of these teams, really, and just how close that was.
Now, Fnatic finishing first doesn't really come as a surprise. They've looked dominant all season long, and I can't wait to see this iteration of the roster on LAN. They look insane right now. Despite Angel waking up to the sound of rockets in Kiev, FPX qualified as the 2nd seed out of EMEA. Unfortunately, according to a report today from Dexerto, FPX might be forced to play with 3 stand-ins if Xiao, Soigetsu, and Angel are unable to attend due to travel restrictions in Russia and Ukraine. The 3rd and final seed from EMEA goes to Guild, who took down Mech last week and secured their spot at their first international LAN, capping off a solid stage 2. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Guild can do in Copenhagen. They've been a solid team for a long time, and I can see them making a decent run. Over in Brazil and Korea, not a whole lot has changed. Loud continue to dominate their region, and they qualified for Masters 2 pretty easily.
Caozinho tenta responder, o Xande tá bem posicionado, o Vixen já vai garantir o plant dessa Spike. Olha o Aspas de novo, o que tá jogando nesse mapa e tá lá pra se confirmar mais uma vez como o melhor time disparado no cenário brasileiro. A Loud é bicampeã do VCT!
DRX continues to prove that Korea is also unfortunately a one-team region. They didn't drop a single map throughout all of stage 2. Absolutely insane.
Explosion of death, Stack spotting 2, RB with a blade storm, picks up 2 of his own and moves, is the last man standing, trying to make his way out through gardens, finds one, but RB will be the finisher, a 3rd kill, and it's 13-3, DRX are your stage 2 champions, they are going to Copenhagen.
With this win though, DRX have also secured their spot in Champions. Next, I gotta talk about what I think is the most hype region right now. Japan. Over the weekend, the Japanese region showcased just how passionate they are with yet another insane LAN event. Roughly 22,000 fans turned up to Saitama Super Arena to watch Northeption get revenge on Zeta Division.
徐々ラスト抑えてナイトボール前に出る抑えたシュガーゼロやったらスパイクがワンを出てないどうなる
B 面
よく取ったよく取ったノーセプション 日本一初の世界大会出場。
Now, as a Zeta Division fan, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, but Northeption 100% deserve this. They've been on the cusp of qualifying for an international LAN since last year's LCQ, and it's good to see the competition grow in Japan. Now, please just give us an international LAN in Japan, Riot. These events that they've been hosting are wild. Over in the APAC region, honestly, not a lot has changed. Paper Rex were crowned champions, and Xerxia qualified as the 2nd seed.
Inside the pit, the vital strike, Mindfreak looking great, Forsaken with another, and ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Paper Rex, your victors here to absolutely decimate Xerxia. Unfortunately, Thailand has been completely denied, and it is the absolute giants of the APAC region.
Both teams have also qualified for champions in September. Lastly, I gotta show some love to Leviathan, who finally managed to dethrone Crew over in Latam.
Hace que se tira, inteligente en XSET, se va a abrir. El rendezvous, se tira el piso, Messer 4K, Leviathan campeón de la VCT Latam, festeja la Levianeta.
Led by Crew's former coach owner, Leviathan finally have a shot at representing their region on the world stage, while Crew still has one last shot at qualifying. They play NIP on Thursday for the 12th and final spot in Copenhagen. The past few weeks have been insane if you're a fan of Pro Valorant. We have some new teams coming up, some returning faces, and the competition is closer than ever before. I'll refrain from making any sort of prediction just yet because, as we saw in Iceland, almost all of the regions can compete. So no matter who you support, I think we can all agree that Copenhagen might just be the most exciting Valorant event yet. I think I've said insane like a couple times now. Let's stop saying insane. Let's try some nuts. I feel like I'm sweating. I need to stop sweating. I have water here. All right. Maybe it was a bad idea to take a shower and then like immediately jump in.